Salute, Coco. Salute. Hop on the panel if you wish. It's great of you to stop by, for real, man. Yeah, we definitely have a interesting approach to today's show. I'm gonna approach it from a non-troll angle, right? And yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. Let's see if we can't talk stuff that actually is from my actual opinion here. Yeah, eating breakfast, man. You have to, man. Have to. Yeah, for real. We have a lot of stuff going on today in regards to some low. I wouldn't necessarily call it a bad weekend to fight. You got a UFC fight. Oh, on Thursday. Shakur Stevenson. Man, he was way too defensive. He was disengaging. I mean, a draw would have been the most fair result, but you know, it being in his territory, you know, it was what was gonna happen. For real. I mean, he probably won 4 or 5 rounds at most, and you know, it's the typical American style: win 4 or 5 rounds and get the judge to get the next 3 for you. That's all it is. So, we also have the Ergashev fight with Matthias coming up as well. That's very soon. I believe that's next weekend, I believe, or in a few weeks. But my take on that fight, oh my goodness. I believe that Matthias is going to get the nod, but I think Ergashev is going to bring one hell of a fight. But Ergashev, his problem is he throws like these weird like one shot punch, like these one shot, basically throwing one shot at a time, trying to blast his way in. He's gonna get taken apart by someone like Matthias, in my opinion. But yeah, I think Ergashev's a tough guy, and I think he's gonna be tough enough to last the distance. You never know. You also have Benavidez and Andre coming up next weekend. That's gonna be hilarious. Like I said on previous times, Andre's movement side to side, or he's very good laterally. And Caleb Plant, his problem was he was really go back and turn his shoulder and roll off of that. So his problem is mainly going to be with his stamina, but you know, he has the backhand, unlike what Caleb Plant had. Caleb Plant, he used his left hand. Yeah, he's a false orthodox, man. Uh, interesting point. Interesting point. Yeah, thank goodness that Champions League music cut off. Yeah. Need to find some better music to put in the background than that. Actually started hurting my head. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I would say, Brandon, that they sabotaged my stream, and yeah, they recorded it, they made a joke of it, and it really pissed me off, man. Now their little click the YTBC and all that shit. You know, people keep on using stupid verbiage around me. So, if they want to call this turning face, okay, here we go. Because it's not my fault that they have problems with. And they have problems with somebody who's coming out. They have somebody who has ideas, and they're blowing up their shit. So they don't have to. Yeah, they're just trying to keep me down, man. That's exactly what it is. I just got tired of dealing with a lot of them, but I'll tell you no. I'm gonna destroy them, big time. I'm gonna beat them at their own game. We fight fire with fire. She think I'm dumb, she think I'm dumb, she think I'm dumb. She think I'm dumb. She think I'm dumb. She think I'm dumb. Yeah, yeah. They're trying to make put shit up, man. They're trying to make a joke of my channel. So that's their objective. But my objective is to make this channel grow, to make sure that there's the right information getting out to the people. Well, there's this horrible narrative smearing out here. Because you're spreading their cancerous narrative to the pits of people's minds. She think I'm dumb, she think I'm dumb, she think I'm dumb, yeah. Pocket ninjas, on 101. Think I'm dumb, she think I'm dumb, she think I'm dumb. Like you guys think I'm dumb when I'm not dumb, bro. I'll smack the shit out of all you guys. Because I'm not dumb. I'll tell you that. Because when it comes to the boxing, you guys try to sabotage my my YouTube channel by sending people, attempting to send somebody up on my panel, trying to sabotage the panel, man, and that's actually disrespectful to two people in that regard. Because you're trying to make a joke of two people. You're trying to get people on a recording so you can make a clip, so you can splice it and put it and edit it into whatever bullshit you're trying to put out. I'm not stupid, but you guys seem to be. Checkmate. If this was a chess game, it would be checkmate, bro. You guys are dumb as fuck. You think you can, like, for real, Brandon? Like, I apologize if they're gonna be freaking shitting on both of us. They're trying to make an ass of both of us, bro. That's what they're trying to do. I'll tell you that. See, there's always that second person listening. That second person, and if there's anyone other than anybody else who was on here at that time, in which there was probably one person that stepped in, and then there was another person that stepped in. It was Furioso, and it was Jerson. That was it. But we're not making this stream about some bullshit kid games that they're trying to play. So we're going to make this all about some boxing. We're going to make this about some MMA. We're going to talk UFC. We're going to talk what we expect out of the sport. Boxing, MMA, just anything that's out here, sports altogether, because it's sports and media, right? I can talk about NFL. I can talk about somebody in India got hit in the head in a cricket game if I wanted to. Y'all think I'm dumb. Y'all think I'm dumb. Y'all think I'm dumb. Hell no. G checking all these fools. All right, so now we're going to get to the point of when we're talking about boxing. Because I'm getting tired of expecting you guys to carry on a logical conversation. I mean, a few people on here can. But And so he won't hurt anybody's feelings, and so they won't play anybody or play any games. I'm just gonna say this. The sport of boxing, if I could compare it to any kind of matter that I've seen, I would compare it to fecal matter, bro. I'm just gonna say it. But on the promotional side, it seems to be where the majority of the cuckoldry is going on. Between that, the non-disclosure agreements, the morons in the back room, like the advisors, such as Al Heyman, that Lukovich guy. I mean, yeah. Dumbasses think they're G-checking us when we're G-checking them. Because, I mean, look at it, man. Al Heyman has that card next weekend, right? And yeah, there's going to be a few names on it. We're going to see some good fight. But let's see if somebody gets chinned. Let's see if multiple people get chinned on that card, because I'm getting tired of seeing freaking softball competitions, man. Like it's not even boxing, it's softball, man. They're throwing punches underarm. They're not even. They're just boring boxing. I'm tired of seeing somebody win 4 rounds and getting the nod. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I mean, and Showtime, PBC, TKB Promotions, all of them are in the loop together. They're in bed, and it's old news, of course. But we have a few more cards, and we got those Canelo cards next year. I mean, technically Canelo. I believe those 2 Canelo cards next year are with Showtime as well. They, I'm not for sure if it's very uncertain what's going to happen here from the promotional standpoint. Like who's going to represent this fight? Because Showtime, the whole, and I'm talking about the movie channel. I'm talking about everybody knows Showtime. The network signed a contract themselves. I mean, they got a deal with Canelo, bro. So that should tell you part of they're in this transitionary period out of it. So now we can look at a card. Now, as far as PBC is concerned, it's going to be a real shit bucket, because we all know that the Saudis are bringing all these promotional companies together with their little network over there. Old news. I mean, if they've pulled in Queensberry, they pulled in Matchroom, they pulled in independent free agents like Jarrell Big Baby Miller and shit like that. And when you're pulling in those free agent boxers, right? Those independent promoted boxers, as I would put it, where in a sense you would have to represent yourself. You'd have to manage yourself. Technically, there is no rule that says you have to have a promoter. But in an essence, becoming an entity in yourself, a promoter in yourself, I mean, paying $25,000 for a surety bond is very simple. I mean, that's all you have to do to be a promoter. I mean, it's an annual surety bond of about $25,000. That's all. And then you got to pay the commission their dues and everyone else their dues, of course. But hell, if a clown like Jake Paul can freaking promote and deal with that shit, well, technically you can give Nikita the credit for that, the promotional business side of that. But you know, Paul, he's just a fucking clown in his own right with his brother. I mean, if I wanted to knock them both out, I mean, in the same night, I definitely would. I mean, Jake Paul thinks he's good because he's fighting this 34, 35-year-old fighter who hasn't fought in 3-4 years. I mean, he's 10-1. I mean, a rather inactive fighter in between fights. I mean, it's either that or he's gonna get hella famous if he knocks out Jake Paul. I mean, he has 5. This guy has 5 knockouts. I mean, he has around a 50% KO percentage. But you never know. Are these guys were those guys glass chin bums? I mean, they seem to me like there was a little bit of a issue in regards to. I mean, I would say they definitely had more experience than Jake Paul. But as a fact, you need something called feral ferocity, the human instinct to destroy. I've seen a lot of fighters. They constantly take their foot off the gas. Loma, people like that. So if we want to compare this to a troll, right? If we want to compare this to some clown like Jake Paul, who couldn't manage to prove himself against someone like Tommy Fury, and what is everyone gonna think if he gets knocked out by this August guy? He's gonna get knocked the fuck out, man. He's gonna get knocked the fuck out. If he steps inside with this guy, he's gonna get fucked up. But if he sits there and utilizes his jab, utilizes his game plan, uses his youth towards his advantage, yeah, he could come out with some cheese dick win, or either that or come across a victory, be a way of bribing his opponent through non-disclosure agreement. So, I mean, we could always talk about that. And that's no troll. I mean, non-disclosure agreement. A lot of money has been proven to run through non-disclosure agreements. So, just as much as a legal transaction out here in the world, people move millions and millions, man. That's what it's all about. The payday they want, man. You want some of that backdoor bribe money? or are we gonna talk? Or are they gonna talk some real boxing? So, on a true business standpoint, man, I don't think half of the promoters see what the real problem is here, and it's themselves. You know, they have their monopolies, they have their broadcasting rights. They snort lines of cocaine in the back, and just so they have the energy to promote a fight and put on one hell of a show. But people shouldn't have to be doing that. And we can understand why people are charging pay-per-view prices so high. Because they're just full of shit, man. I mean, a lot of those, you see everything's transitioning to apps now. With the Zone and Matchroom and Queensberry being all affiliated with and in the bed with all that Fight TV and all that stuff as well. Or if you just want to stream it over the internet, I mean, it's really up to what you want to do. But as far as the broadcasters and broadcasting rights and the streaming rights, they're not able to keep up with their own fighters half of the time. They can't even speak facts and logic. Because every single time you put like someone like A-Side, like a Canelo Alvarez, for example, the fight against Avni Yildirim, for example, should have never happened. I'm just gonna speak $100. Yildirim was outside the parameters for the WBC instead of put in there. But the WBC is known to make their own rules. And so back to the boxing aspect of things. Let's talk about the potential of David Benavidez moving up to 175 pounds because he'll get tired of 168. Because unless if Canelo just up and retires or just vacates his belt, they just start stripping him right off the bat. This right here should be like the final boundary, the final level before you hit the big boss man here for Benavidez. Now, my opinion of how Benavidez versus Canelo goes is, I'm always gonna lean Benavidez in the stylistic matchup. I think this is going to be a crazy. I think it's going to be a crazy fight. Just like multiple people have said. All kinds of people have said it's going to be a wild fight. Well, if it happens. Benavidez being kind of as patient as he's been, that does surprise me. I'm 26 years old, about to be 27. His body's just going to become dense. Yeah. He's not going to be able to hold 168 pounds unless if he's going to sit there and kill his body. I mean, it's facts and logic, bro. And we just let's go on to 175 pounds. Yeah. We got Dimitri Bivol. About time Dimitri Bivol fights somebody who's ready to take his head off. Because, I mean, no matter what we say about Dimitri Bivol, he has had great performances. It's just the styles, I guess the style matchups, I mean, it's just not there. I mean, he's good to an extent, but I'd rather see him fight someone who can actually like take his head off, who's of a similar height. Not somebody who's slow and sluggish and moves like a mummy like Joe Smith. Not somebody who's just gonna sit there and not move his hips like Zurdo Ramirez. He's not trying to adjust any aspect of his upper body or anything. Yeah, Zurdo. Yeah, Bivol. He needs to get this out of the way. Bivol has to fight someone that's a legitimate threat. But no one's going to take him serious because we all know that if the fight isn't undisputed, yeah. But on the neutral level, it is what it is, man. So I'm going to let you guys enjoy this. Well, I've been speaking facts and logic for 40 minutes. Hardly anybody showed up, and the people who have showed up have been assholes. Except one person, or like two people. But yeah, facts and logic signing off, man. I'm going to come and stroll the YTBC and yeah, prepare for hell to be unleashed. This is Talking News Sports Media. Thanks for showing up at the Waste. See you at the next one.